They sued Alex Jones for $965 million, which is like an imaginary number at this point, right? Like they might as well have said, $5 gajillion bazillion dollars. And now they're trying to say 3 trillion. Is that, am I getting the story right?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
First they demanded the moon,
trillion.
and now they're asking for the sun as well.
Yes, exactly. It's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's a way to stop dissident. They don't want you to question the regime's narratives.
Yeah, exactly. You can't question events. That's what it's really about. And one of the things that happened, I tuned in for a little bit of that trial, was them saying things like, well, you had Wolfgang Halbig on and he said these things. So you're responsible for things that your guests say. And I was like,
and Schroyer as well.
Wait a second. I don't like the precedent this is setting. I don't like where that's going.
Yeah, because then PBS is going to be responsible every time they play a Hitler speech, even if it's just a part of a documentary. And I would already be blaming PBS as Nazis. It just kind of goes full circle. But I would wonder, is this a way not for him to have to pay $965 million, almost $1 billion? Is this just a way to make sure he's broke? Like, could they do this to you or I? They could just say...
The lawyer said that.
Yes.
The lawyer
just
literally
make sure
came out.
You can never pay it off, but we'll make sure any money you ever earn goes away. So you're essentially destitute forever. We just take away your ability to ever hold financial assets or anything.
The lawyer came out right after the trial and said, we hope that this bankrupts InfoWars. And then on top of that, I listened to an interview with Alex Jones, and he said that they're trying to work out because he doesn't have that money. So they're like, well, any profits InfoWars makes over the next 5-10 years, whatever it was, their agreement is forfeit.
We need to do something
exactly what this is.
more to these people than just talk about them.
So basically what they're doing is, it is my understanding, is they took the $965 million in damages and they said we should have that number for every single time he said it.
That's just
where they're getting their number. It's insane.
Well, why don't they just ask for their kids back? Like, if they're asking for dumb stuff that can't happen, why don't they just do that?
Right.
Like, that would because if I was a parent that actually lost a child, I would tell them it's not about the money. I don't want the money. Don't ask for some exorbitant amount. Ask for $1 and an apology. Then make a big statement and then go away. But that's not what they are. They're not that.
What it is.
At least Robbie Parker isn't.
They sued Remington.
Mr. Giggle Pants.
Greek.
They sued Remington. They sued
guy?
Alex. Sorry, go ahead. What?
Was that the same man that was giggling?
He's like, oh, you guys. Oh, I'll catch up with you later. Oh, it's starting. My son. Or is it my daughter? I can't remember. Creepy.
Yeah.
Robbie Parker. Come at me. I'm not worth anything. But, sue me for $1 billion. You'll get it.
He's going to sue you for your Lego space shuttle behind you.
Dude, stop. Don't.
What I hate about this is that people don't own trillions of dollars. Like, that is government money. And so when you start asking for that type of money, it's politics. Like, you are doing that because of a political thing. No human who is doing it for a human reason, an individual reason, a grief reason, is asking for that amount of money. It's ridiculous.
But it's never been about the children. It's never been about Adam Lanza and the evil things that he did. It's always been about money and politics, because when they sued Remington, it wasn't just about the money. It was about the politics of anti-Second Amendment stuff. Then they sue Alex Jones. What was they're suing somebody else now, right?
You mean it's never been about the children, PJ?
Whoa.
I am shocked.
Well, because the children never
totally existent children. It's never been about them. Yes.
Well, and wait, Sandy Hook is also just like every other shooting where they've disassembled the school. They've imploded it on its own footprint and then rebuilt it in its exact, a blueprint. So I don't understand why we would be questioning it at all.
Yeah,
the emergency responses were all exactly the same, being that we had no ambulance, we had no helicopter. So, totally makes sense.
No triage.
Also, you said this sets a bad precedent. This sets another bad precedent too, because how many people sued Alex Jones? He named one of them. Two. I think 2 of them were ever named. So we're saying now that you can actually sue somebody for defamation when they never say your name, including an FBI agent who sued Alex Jones for $90 million.
Yeah,
that's good. Every major network has accused Trump supporters and Trump voters as being all the terrible things you can find in a dictionary. So now we can just sue them because they've collectively talked about you and I and everyone else.
They blood libel us.
Yeah.
Blood libel.
But we know
except for they're the ones
one
actually committing blood libel, if you want to look at what that really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you even have Kanye, or not Kanye, George Floyd's baby mama wants to sue Kanye for saying that George Floyd died of fentanyl overdose.
Well, she's using her daughter as a political pawn again. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
We all know what happened there. Exactly.
He even said it. He goes, I took too many drugs, or I ate too many drugs.
Yeah.
Yes, he said that. He asked to be put on the ground, by the way. He asked to be laid down on the ground because he'd taken too many drugs. And we should talk about fentanyl, where that's coming from China and how horrific it is, how many people are dying from it.
It's coming over the open border that we have. Exactly. But truly, he did have COVID in the system. So truly, he did die of COVID.
So he's the first COVID positive person to not die from COVID.
Exactly.
Ever.
Hu Jintao, the former leader of China, is going to be given the George Floyd treatment. I think that's what we're going to find out. Another fentanyl, right? That's what we're going to hear?
A fentanyl overdose?
Yeah.
Just by police, though? Fentanyl overdose from the police's knee?
Yeah.
And assisted drug overdose? We're calling those these days. I don't know if y'all saw Candace's documentary on it, but one of the huge things that kind of struck me in that documentary is she went and interviewed George Floyd's roommates, his very good friends, and they said that his family members never once showed up to his house to retrieve any sentimental items, anything. They had plenty of time to go in front of the cameras. They have plenty of time to sue Kanye, but they have not actually demonstrated that they gave a crap.
It's the same exact thing as Sandy Hook. It's not about the people that died. Yeah.
Correct.
But they weren't with him there. Like he was estranged from them. It was only after they were like, wait, I can get in on this?
Yeah,
someone was like, we need some people props. Would you want to be a personable prop?
Who did show up at his house though to collect their stuff was the pregnant woman that George Floyd pointed a gun at her stomach. She went to his house to get her stuff back.
That's hilarious.
That was a joke, but
I know. I thought it was funny. That was funny.
But the whole thing with Kanye too is that they say it's the daughter that's trying to sue him, right? Because the whoever's using her as a political pawn. But he gave $2 million to her for college.
I think Tom brought up a great point on his live stream the other night. Is that maybe this or maybe it was you, PJ. I don't remember. It was one of you two. I was watching that the $2 million was designated for college, so they wouldn't be able to touch that money outside.
That was my show. Katie Zed brought that up. She said, I wonder if it's because the $2 million was designated for college and only college, so she can't touch it as far as fungible cash. So kind of like your parents and the food stamps.
Yeah, or a lot like that compliment with me. It was like, you could have it, but you can't. It's actually going the other way. I get it. I feel that. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I said something good on my show, too, the other night. I can't remember what it was, but I'll come back to you.
Thank you so much for checking out this clip from the Last American Pubcast, the only podcast where everybody knows your name. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and join us on a Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, you might get stuck with the tab.